Yo, yo, yo! Bonafide Hustler here!
Rake and profit.
Retro aficionado.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Green Room Hangout number 38. Today we're going to talk about the law of attraction, what it means to us, and how we've actually embraced the law of attraction throughout our own hustling career and even before we were hustlers. So that's the topic for today. I'm the Bonafide Hustler. I reside in Austin, Texas, and I flip things that I find from garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, swap meets, flea markets, and I put it on places like eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, antique booth, and consignment stores in town. I also am recently hustling a lot of big box stores, so I'm really, really big into FBA as of right now. But I will introduce my next guest, my co-host, Rankin. Go ahead, man.
I guess I'm the guest today.
You're the guest, bro.
But yeah, my name's Steve. I go by Rake and Profit on YouTube. Been selling for coming up on 2 years now. Started off doing bicycles and household items, electronics on Craigslist. Grew into eBay with clothing, a little bit of Amazon FBA, Kindle publishing, and I got my hands in quite a few different cookie jars. But like I said, been doing this for a while. I enjoy it, and yeah. Excited for a good show tonight, the law of attraction. I was really happy. Chris came up with that topic today, and I think that we're going to shed a lot of light on this and really help you guys out.
All right, Retro, what's up, man?
Yes, sir. Retro aficionado. I live in San Jose, California. Let's see. I've been doing this for a long time, man. Long time. I'm an old man. Old as dirt. But let's see. Yeah, I sell on primarily FBA, but I do eBay. I started off on eBay, and I do some Craigslist, antique booth, you name it. I pretty much do it all.
All right, so there you have it. That's the admin staff -1 right now because I think he's in transit or he's actually at a big box store hustling for FBA right now. But that's College Picker. He's not here right now. We are the 4 admins or the 3 admins right here of the Green Room, which is a paid Facebook-based subscription group that we run where we really try hard to give you the best information possible for your money. It's $100 a year, and we discuss all kinds of stuff in there from mindset to be on the lookouts to all kinds of things that are trending well and one-off things that sell well on eBay and various other channels. So that's what that's all about. We also have a bunch of guides in the Green Room that are free, so definitely check that. The link will be down below when this becomes a real video. So one of the first things we always want to do before we start the show is we want to make sure that we sound okay. We've had a couple shows in the past where the sound hasn't been very good, so we're just going to go into the comment feed and recognize some people that are here for the Hangout, but we also want to make sure that we sound good. So make sure you help us by commenting if we sound good or not so we don't waste any time on this show. Rakin, I need you to speak, and you got a new mic right there, right, Rakin?
Yeah, I picked up this mic the other day. It's a Blue Yeti, which it's a pretty nice mic, only $89.99, brand new on eBay. So if anyone's looking for a mic, I would definitely check it out. But hopefully it sounds pretty good.
Is there any chance that we might get any tips from you today while you're jumping on a trampoline?
Man, I might have to pull out the trampoline. If we get a good amount of likes, man, I mean, the trampoline might come out, but that's going to take a lot of likes. So
okay,
you guys better use your... You're gonna have to
the likes. Yeah, let's establish these likes real quick, Rakin. What do you think it needs to be at for you to jump on the trampoline?
Well, considering I sprained my neck and I can barely move my neck right now, it's going to take a lot of likes. So it's probably not a good idea. Maybe next episode.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what I did. I actually just got a gym membership over at LA Fitness. I know you'll be proud of me. And I was doing the lat pull downs. I stretched, I warmed up and everything, but I don't know. I didn't overdo it. It just I just pulled a muscle, so I'm taking it easy the next few days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks, man, because I really wanted to see you jump all over your trampoline. All right, Young,
Yeah.
what's going on, man? Talk real quick. Let's make sure you sound good.
Nothing, man. I mean, you and I mean, we all been talking right before we got on air. I've been doing a lot of retail arbitrage, and I mean, I think I spent within the last couple of weeks almost 20 grand. I mean, I got receipts up the yin yang. I have all these receipts. I can't keep track of all my receipts.
That's funny. That's the way Young makes it rain right there. He just throws receipts from big box stores in your face. Well, cool, man. Yeah, I can honestly say that my FBA is in, I don't know, I'd honestly say it's in the lower part of the intermediate stage now, but me experiencing FBA, I've done it all year, but it got really serious in the past 10 days due to, yeah, the Green Room and Yang, and all kinds of other reasons. But hopefully we won't be talking too much about all that FBA stuff today, because our topic today is about the law of attraction. Let's go into the comment feed real quick. I'm going to shout out some people, and maybe you've heard about them or not, Raken and Young, but we got Caesar's Palace. I've definitely heard of him. We got Duval Work, DJ Castilleja, Robert A. Burns II, straight out of the green room, man. This is one of our favorite green roomers because he posts a lot of good things about shoes, which I'm pretty sure we'll have him on one of the Hangouts one day. We got PT Hustle out of Arizona. We got Adidas Picker, Holland Hobbies, Jacob Lamour, Matthew Dresner, the Valet Picker. Hold on, let me make sure I get a refresh. Orange Elephant 523, straight out of the green room. We have Louis the Seller, and we have a bunch of other people. Kimmy Cheese Treasures, a lot of people from the green room too. So if you guys have any questions about the green room, we probably won't be answering them here in this segment, but feel free to ask the comment feed about the green room, because there are plenty of people in the green room that are in the comment feed. So if you have a question and you're not in the green room and you want to get it answered, I'm pretty sure our community will help you out on the comment feed. Blythe Snow, Funky Lace 1. Okay, so I see a lot of people. A lot of those people sound familiar, right, Raken?
Oh, yeah. A lot of green room members in here tonight.
Yep. Nick Ballard. Oh, he just joined the green room. James D's Nuts. James D's Nuts from Austin, Texas. Chris Davis from the green room. I think from the green room. Yeah. Julie Johnson, Virginia. Natividad. Angel Silva, the Worry Sparrow. Dan at More Old Stuff. Franco Gutierrez. All right, so that's pretty much the people that are in here right now. There's a trampoline comment right here. How many dislikes will it take to get Steve to not jump on the trampoline? That's pretty funny.
What are you guys talking about?
Man. So we're thinking about the likes. This guy's like, all right.
Young, watch a YouTube video, man. Young doesn't watch any of my YouTube videos. Man, go back to my old video, man. You'll know what the trampoline's all about.
Back when?
Young is seriously probably smoking up about $200 to $400 just doing this Hangout right now, because he should be somewhere hustling FBA stuff. Anyway, so yeah, we got a lot of people, and they say we all sound good. So guys out there in YouTube land, thank you so much for helping us out, because we really don't know how we sound until like after we see the video, and then sometimes it really sucks because we didn't know. Yeah. And Holland Hobby says probably Raken pulled a muscle in his neck lifting all those blazers out of the cart at Savers. Okay, that is funny.
That actually could have been it. I was at Savers the other day and hit like the motherload jackpot. I put a picture on my Facebook. I mean, it was like 4 feet over the carriage. Yes, I'm using the word again. God. 4 feet over the carriage, Chris.
Oh gosh.
You're like the only person in the USA that thinks repping the carriage is like the coolest thing ever.
like when I hear the word carriage, I'm thinking of like a baby carriage or something.
That's what I'm thinking of, man.
Wait,
right?
you're not supposed to bring a baby carriage into a thrift store?
Well, not if you're going to put holes into it.
All right, so you guys, I'm on a whole nother level than you guys. I got trampolines, baby carriages at the thrift store. You don't know. You know what? You Austin, Texas people and you California folks don't have a clue what's going on over here in Connecticut.
Raken lives in like the Victorian era, bro, and he's gonna stay alive with the Titanic once he makes all his money. All right,
that's the plan.
That's the plan, man. I'm gonna get on the Titanic. Okay, so here's one from James Ron. Just joined the green room and found my first bolo today. That's pretty cool.
Sweet.
It's really, you'd be hard pressed not to be able to find a bolo. There's so much stuff going on in that green room threads, to the point where I would say at this point it seems like 60% of the stuff we're talking about, maybe 50, is Amazon FBA related, and it's naturally like that because of this time of the year. So it won't always be like that. But then again, if you are FBA approved with toys and games, I mean, it's kind of like the big deal right now. And like I said, I'm just kind of figuring it out, and I already just see the potential. So I'm a little late to the game, but it's not a big deal. So let's talk about our topic today. Anyone want to kick that thing off? Law of attraction. I'll tell you what. Someone want to summarize what the law of attraction is real quick, because one of our very first comments was, what is the law of attraction? Raken, do you want to take that answer real quick?
Well, I guess I have my own understanding of what it is. Maybe you could touch on it and give some more details, Chris. But from my understanding, the law of attraction is what you focus on, what your thoughts are geared towards, what your mindset's all about, what you're thinking about all the time, pretty much attracts to you exactly what you're thinking about. I guess to sum things up, the the law of attraction kind of states that thoughts are things. Thoughts are real things with energy, and the thoughts that you put out kind of magnetize things back to you. So that's pretty much my thoughts in terms of the law of attraction. What you think actually is something real, and it kind of brings things back to you. I don't know. Maybe you're better at saying it, but that's my understanding.
If I had a trampoline, I could definitely outsay you on that one. Okay, Young. Young, what is your knowledge of the law of attraction? What's your summarization? Cliff note this thing real quick.
My definition is law of attraction is you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people, right? Like, for instance, I surrounded myself with you guys, right? We made an effort and to meet and share our knowledge. That way we can be successful. So that, to me, that's my definition of law of attraction, is to surround yourself with like-minded people, with people that are just positive. They give out positive energy. They're supportive. That, to me, is my definition of law of attraction. Maybe I'm wrong, and if I am, someone please correct me.
Okay. So you can see that there's two different kind of like takes on law of attraction. We haven't even heard my take on it, but hopefully by the end of this entire episode, you guys out there, I'm pretty sure a lot of people already know about it, right? If you're an entrepreneur, you have that entrepreneurial spirit. Likely you've come across this film called The Secret, which is one of the leading films on the law of attraction. It's a really good thing. It might even still be on Netflix, because I know about 6 months ago it was on Netflix. So we'll talk about the law of attraction here. My spin on it is that it's like Rickon said, anything that you think and all your thoughts, the more that you think and the more that you consciously act around what you want to become or what you want to make out of yourself, that's what makes you into what you want to be. So if you sit there and, even in the film The Secret, it says if you want more debt, the people that think like, oh, I got to get out of this debt, I got to get out of this debt, and they keep thinking debt, 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 then what ends up happening is they don't ever find ways out of the debt. They sometimes even incur more debt, right? The people that get out of debt are the people that think about debt one time, and then they think about, how do I make money? How do I get more opportunities? How do I meet more people that are more successful than me? And they think that thought 99 times, right? But they think the debt thought one time. So basically what happens is that person has a much higher chance of acting, seeing, responding to cash-oriented situations and people that mean, money, and they like money. Now, I'm not saying that money is like the most important thing ever, but in the actual film, The Secret, which is basically about the law of attraction, they talk about money, right? And they talk about love, they talk about happiness, and they talk about friendships. So it can mean a lot of things, but what Young is saying is that the law of attraction is basically, thinking, acting, being around the kind of people that you want to be, whether it be positive, money-making people, people that just love each other, or people that enjoy good friendships, people that enjoy beer, people that enjoy good times. If you want all that, you got to hang around the people that want that as well, okay? Or you got to just focus all your thoughts on that kind of stuff, every single one of them. So we can actually talk about this right now. You can kick it off, Rickon, if you want. I'll kick it off, or Young can kick it off. It doesn't matter. We have a couple notes right here, and I definitely want to show you guys how it's affected me in my life, and I'm pretty sure Rickon's going to be telling you how a law of attraction has worked in his life as well, and same with Young. So you want to start it off, Rickon?
Yeah, the first thing I want to say is, it's so important to control the thoughts that you have. Have you ever noticed that the people who complain the most, the people that whine the most, the people that are always saying they're unlucky the most, those are the people that seem to have the worst lives. They seem to struggle the most. They seem to always be dealing with, issue after issue. It's because their mindset's in the gutter. And just like you said before, the people that are always worried about money, they're always like fighting against debt. Whatever you fight against just seems to come back to you. That's why the war on drugs will never, ever be fixed, because they're fighting it. They're fighting it, and they're fighting it. And you see what's happened. There's more and more drugs all the time. Whatever you fight, whatever you push against, it usually comes back to you. You really got to focus your thoughts, and you've got to align your thoughts with what you want to achieve. And that's one thing that I've been really working on lately. So let's just say, recently I've really been spending a lot of time working on my goals. And I think this is something that's really really something that everybody should do, because I feel like the law of attraction is working when you're doing this, because you're when you're writing your goals, you're thinking of ways to take action towards your goals. You're aligning yourself with your goals. You're attracting the things. You're thinking about what you want. You're visualizing what you want. And the more you think about what you want, the more you visualize, the more you feel, the more that comes back to you. And one thing that I've learned about the law of attraction is the more emotion that you have involved in something. So let's just say you're really upset, or you're really mad, or you're really passionate about something. When there's a lot of emotion involved, the law of attraction is working so much faster than ever before. So emotion is really, really tied into the law of attraction, in my opinion. The more emotion you have, the more something's going to come true. But I feel goals is really something that everybody should have, because, like I said, it's going to align you closer. It's gonna bring the law of attraction into play, and it's just gonna change your life for the better. That's why they always say, don't just create goals, but read your goals with passion, read them with feeling and emotion, and visualize it, because it just makes things that much real. And there's something, I don't know what it is with the universe. It's I know it sounds a little wishy-washy, but thoughts really are real things, and they can either make you or break you. And another example of this is, how we were talking about surrounding yourself with the right people. I mean, when I was younger, I used to I was getting in trouble. I was doing some stupid stuff with, smoking marijuana and drinking and hanging out with the wrong people, getting in fights, doing a lot of stuff that you wouldn't believe now if you know me. But I was always having bad things happen to me. I was getting in trouble, and it's because I was surrounding myself with the wrong people. I always had a mindset for business and success, but I wasn't aligned with what I truly wanted. And until I started surrounding myself with, the members of the green room, and, making YouTube videos and surrounding myself with other people that are in business, and started reading self-help books, and I started to really align myself, not only in terms of my physical body and my thoughts, but just overall in general, everything. When I aligned myself, I attracted back what I was giving, and who I was surrounding myself with. So I think that's really important to understand. Thoughts are real things. They do have, it's, I don't know how to say it, but they're real things, and you got to choose who you're surrounding yourself with very carefully. And yeah, that's my little spiel.
Cool. So yeah, we can definitely see that Raken has taken the law of attraction into his own life, and he practices it nearly every single day. Now, if you follow him on Facebook, hearing it here on the Green Room Hangout is one thing. Seeing it on his Facebook and seeing his goals written down and seeing the cart that's stacked like 4 stories higher than it should be with blazers, he's actually acting out and doing exactly what he needs to be doing to make more money and to further his career or his website or the Green Room. He's doing things that will further that. He's making actions. He's doing it. He's not just sitting back, waking up, smoking some cigarettes, and then drinking some beers, and then like going casually throughout his day and going, might not find things today. I probably won't find anything today. Take us to your mentality, Raken, real quick in the morning, because when you get a shot like that from your cart on Facebook, like what I saw, and if you guys haven't seen that Facebook post, imagine a shopping cart that is like busting by the seams, man, and like stacked high as can be with clothing. When you go out that morning, right, you don't know you're going to find that cart full of stuff, right?
Right.
But you are going to a place that has these things, right? And you're going at a time where you'll save money if you go at a certain time too, right?
Yep.
So do you go later in the day, or do you go in the right when it opens up? Like, how do you attract all this good stuff to you?
Sometimes I just follow my intuition. Like, sometimes it sounds crazy. I know we're talking about the law of attraction and thoughts and stuff, but I've learned to really trust my intuition. Some days, for some reason, I just got a feeling in my gut saying, go to the thrift store. Even if I was there a day before, the odds are you're not going to find a lot of new stuff the next day, which I was there the day before. But there was something in my gut telling me to go, and I just went. I rolled the dice. I did have a 30% off coupon, so that was another reason I went. But it's just, I had the gut intuition to go, and I went. But I go at all different times. It really depends now. I'm more strategic as time goes on, and as I get more, as I start to learn, when the best times are around here. It all differs for different thrift stores. But I had a gut intuition, a gut feeling, and just followed my intuition. But yeah, one thing I want to mention is one thing that I do in the morning now, and something that I think everyone should start doing is it's a morning ritual, and this kind of it preps you for the whole day, and it gets you, it gets you. I don't know how to say it, but it gets you closer to. Okay, let me just say what morning ritual is. So I wake up in the morning. Usually I'll exercise or something like that. Do some meditation for like 5 or 10 minutes. Read through my goals and what. And the point is, it gets me in the state, in the mind state to want to take action in my business. And I feel like the more you're in the right mind state, you're positive, you're feeling good, the better chance you're going to have of being able to trust your intuition and having that passion to go for it.
Okay. Fair enough, man. That's a pretty good insight into your life, and definitely the law of attraction seems like it's working for you. Young,
Yes, sir.
what are you attracting right now? Are you messing with your FBA?
No.
Okay.
I'm responding to comments, man.
Okay, cool. You want to shed some light on law of attraction, how it's worked in your life, or how you practice it maybe today?
Yeah, I mean, so going back to what I was saying earlier, I mean, my definition is, I try to surround myself with like-minded people, and the reason I do that is because, I mean, it's just the obvious, right? I mean, if you start hanging out with people who question what you do, like for instance, like if you primarily sell on eBay and they're like, well, why do you do that, right? Because they're just, in my opinion, they're uneducated, and when they're uneducated, they make comments that just makes no sense. But you yourself know that you're really successful, right? So you want to surround yourself with like-minded people, so that way you guys can share your thoughts and ideas, and move on and be more successful, right? And for me, it's like I hate saying this because I lost a lot of good friends, like childhood friends, because they're always negative. And I don't want to associate myself with them anymore. And again, it breaks my heart, because again, these are people that I grew up with since I was practically in diapers. But again, they bring nothing but negativity, and I want to surround myself with people who are positive about not just their business, but their life in general, right? I mean, if you're just always down and out, well, what's that going to do for me? I mean, I don't want to hang out with someone who's just who's pouting around and just not doing anything for themselves, right? They make up these excuses saying, oh, well, I can't do this, because I just. What do you mean you can't do that? Come on, we have so much resources these days. It's so much easier to make money now these days. Okay, a good story to tell you is my parents. My parents were immigrants to this country, and growing up, they worked multiple jobs, to provide for me and my brother. I mean, my mom held down 2 full-time jobs, right? But back then, we didn't have the resources that we have now, right? And so now, they see what I do, and they're just blown away. They're just blown away. And so with that said, I mean, we have so much resources. It's like there's so many opportunities out there. It's like, don't make excuses for yourself. Just go out and do your research and create your own path. And and here's the thing, guys. I'm not a life coach. I'm no what's his name? Tim Robbins, Tony Robbins. I'm just speaking from experience.
Tim Robbins.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is. But this is just my experience. I never make excuses for myself. I mean, you guys know this. I have a full-time day job. I work 40+ hours a week, and yet I create opportunities for myself, and I source really good products. And people in the green room know exactly the type of products that I source, and they're just blown away.
Yeah, I think what blows me away is the fact that you're making more doing FBA than your actual job, but your actual job pays really, really well too. So that just is stunning, man.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know where I work. You guys know what I do. I have a really good career, but yeah, because I create opportunities for myself. I don't make no excuses. I'm out there hustling every day.
Yo, and let me ask you, what are you thinking in your head? Like, what's your mindset when, you've worked a long day, you've gone in, 9 to 5, I'm guessing, something around there?
Mm-hmm.
You fought traffic for an hour to get home. I know you're fighting traffic all the time.
Yeah,
and you're having some dinner and you're going out and you're sourcing. I mean, what's your mindset? What's your drive? What's that burning desire that, keeps that torch lit?
Well, I tell you what, it goes back to my parents. I remember how hard they worked. Like I said, my mom held down 2 jobs. I don't ever want to work 80 hours a week. So that's my motivation, right? Yeah, and I'm a little spoiled in the sense that I have a day job where I pretty much make my own hours. I can come and go as I please.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm spoiled in that sense, but I don't ever want to be like my parents where I'm working 40 hours a week. You know, I want to work smarter and not harder. That's my motivation.
That's my mantra, man. Like I love hearing that. Like a lot of people like to say that, but there's so many
Yeah.
people that actually there's so few people that actually understand it and they go, okay, like this is more like a challenge in life
hmm
to make the
I
most out
mean,
of
I'm,
yourself.
I'm always thinking of new ways to like how to hustle better, how to save time, and just all kinds of new ways to just just
You have a
be
new
more.
project you're working on too, right?
I do have a couple of projects that I'm working on, man. So yeah, be on the lookout. Not well, no, it's not a bolo, but be on the lookout of my new project. Yeah.
Wait, are you selling speakers out of your van on parking lots again?
I don't have a van.
Okay. What about your Outback? Like, are you putting speakers in your Outback and going up to random people in parking lots and giving them crappy speakers?
No, but that's a good idea. I would try.
There's an opportunity for you guys right
That's
now.
another opportunity.
If you're
Yep.
mad at FBA, you can go sell speakers in parking
There
lots.
you
Or you could
go.
get into the trampoline business.
That's right, because I'm pretty sure Raycon will end up blowing his up, and he'll need another one, so you can sell him one. I'm going to go into the comment feed real quick before I actually rant about my law of attraction. But right here, we got Adidas Picker. I was thinking thoughts were real things, but I wasn't sure how I thought about that. It's pretty funny. Raycon wins the definition contest. That comes from Dave Barnett. Congratulations to Raycon.
Woohoo.
Louis the Seller, veteran YouTuber. Law of attraction to me means surrounding yourself with people that have the same mindset, morals, philosophies, and like-minded goals. These are people that you can rely on for help, advice, and opinions because they're just like you. Jacob Lamore, you guys really make a lot of sense. Cool. Random comments here. Kimmy T's Treasures, good thoughts, Young. I agree completely. Life is too short for negativity.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. Let's go. Random comments here. There are a lot of comments coming through. Franco Gutierrez, it's all about love, loving the things that you do or love. That's
Yep.
cool. Flipping Profits, why aren't you guys watching the Victoria's Secret fashion show?
What?
All right, guys. Well, this is the Green Room Hangout.
Thanks for spending an hour time with us.
Thanks for spending 23 minutes with us. We will see you next week. And here's one that said the reason why Raycon's got so he pulled a muscle is because I think Raycon banged his head on the ceiling while jumping on the trampoline. All right. So.
Oh God.
Oh, here's another one from Louis the Seller because I'm going to read this one because the most negative because this is something that I think people out there might have. Okay, I don't have it, but I'm pretty sure other people out there might have this situation with maybe one of their loved ones being their family, right? And they're in this situation. Louis the Seller says the most negative person in my life is my mom. She doesn't get it because she is old school when she makes a negative comment. I simply give her my blessings and I walk away. See? So it can be kind of tough, you know?
Yeah.
It can be kind of tough to get this law of attraction thing working when sometimes people around you are stuck in a completely different mindset, right? And you still love them. Like, you can't do what Young did and just walk right away from them, you know, with his diaper friends. But, but, you know, when it's someone that you love and you can't just, like, walk away from them, sometimes you have to do what Louis the Seller does. You have to just basically bite your tongue and just jet, you know? It's what you got to do. Blythe Snow, this just came in. Positive attitudes can be contagious, but you have to be receptive for it to work. Absolutely. You can't be a taker in this life. You got to be a giver. You got to give. I mean, that's just obvious. So when other people around you are giving, you should be, okay, what can I give to this situation? What can I give to this conversation rather than just be a taker, right? The reverse is also true with negative attitudes. Align yourself with the positives only. Okay, cool. So lots of good comments coming through the feeds. I want to know... real quick from the comment feed, specifically this week, how has the law of attraction worked for you? So think like, okay, there's only been Monday and Tuesday, so think about that really quickly and put that comment in the feed. I'm just curious to see if somebody actually, you know, had it working for them this week to date. Okay, my law of attraction thing. I'll just take you back because mine's going to be a whole different spin from Raycon's and Young, not a big deal. But for me, I try to look. I was like, okay, how can I tell these people how the law of attraction worked for me? and it worked for me back in the day, right? If you didn't know anything about me until the YouTube videos come out, you know I'm kind of a wacky sense, little guy, right? And I have my moments and this and that, but I stay entirely extremely positive, right? I did grow up in a household where not negativity. My mom was always encouraging, but my dad was very negative about a lot of things and just negative about, you're not going to go anywhere and all this crap. So I'll take it back to when I watched a Van Damme video, I think called Bloodsport, okay? And the cover of Bloodsport has Van Damme, and he's like totally jacked up and he's ripped, right? He's ripped and he's got blood from his face and he's got sweat going down. And I was like at 14 years old when I saw the cover of this actual VHS tape, I was like, dude, I want a body like Van Damme sometime in my life. I was like, I want it now though, and I'm pretty sure I can get it. So at 14, I was telling my parents, like, look, I just wanted to start lifting some weights or doing some things. And they were like, look, you're too young to start lifting heavy weights to look like that guy. So do some push-ups and just get on your bike and go outside and play with your friends, right? So that kind of went on for a little bit. And then on age 16, like my parents bought me, a very small weight set, and I started lifting weights. Which was cool because I lifted weights for like a year and a half, and well into senior year, I was lifting weights, and I was like, I really want to have a body like Van Damme. Like, I think it would be really cool. It'd be an achievement. And then back then, I was like, maybe, some of the senior girls would be like, oh man, he's got a cool body. This is the thought process back in the days. Just don't judge me, all right? But I was like, maybe this will work out like this and all that. I was a kind of popular guy in high school, but not super popular. So then again, I started lifting weights, and I was doing this like ghetto stuff. I didn't even have a bench, man. I was like putting half of my head off of my bed, and I was stacking books behind, right? And then that's how I was benching. I would lay my body off the bed, and I would have my head on a stack of books, and I would go like this with my weights. All right, so then, which was kind of interesting, is because I did this religiously after school every single day, okay? So mind you that not only am I thinking like I want to have a body like Van Damme, I'm acting on it, okay? I was acting on this thing. I had the tools, which are the weights, to do it, right? All I had to do was get the motivation to do it, and that's what I was doing every single day after school for at least an hour. I was in my room doing ghetto workouts. And then the end of the year pool party came around, and I find myself in the pool, and I was like, all right, take off my shirt, whatever. And then, literally, like one of the best-looking senior girls, when I was leaving, she goes, I didn't really know your body was like that. That's pretty cool. I was like, damn, that was awesome. And I was like, that was pretty cool. Like, it took me a year, maybe a year and a half to get there, but I was like, I might not have like the body like Van Damme, but I certainly started getting there. And I was like, and people saw it, and I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. So here comes college, where my parents can't tell me what to do anymore. I got my own schedule. I don't live in the gym, but I go in the gym a whole lot of times because I realize, when you're in the gym, you start meeting gym people, and gym people tell you, hey, I'm going to go to the gym. You want to go to the gym with me today? And that's what you kind of do. Once you're in the gym and you're getting spotted by people, you get to ask people what are they taking, and you realize people are eating a lot of chicken and carbohydrates and all this stuff and maybe taking some creatine. So then naturally you go and take some of that stuff, and you start getting kind of bigger, and you're like, wait a minute, now it's starting to work. Then you start reading books about it. And this is no different than Rakin, reading self-help books. This is no different than anything. Rakin wanted to become somebody, and he's well on his way to become somebody, right? I wanted to become something kind of interesting, and I was well on my way to become that. And in that process, I would think somewhere in college or after college, I was finally looking at the VHS tape in my hand, and I was in the mirror, and I was like, I pretty much have this body now. Like, I'm pretty proud of myself. I like this, right? And I thought, that's pretty interesting, but I had no recollection of what the law of attraction was at that point. So something happened, okay? Whether you say it was actions or it was more than actions, right? It was constant thoughts. It was a lot of that stuff happening, and mysterious forces that brought me, motivated me to do things. I acted. I didn't stay on the couch. I didn't eat bad food. Like, mysterious forces, basically every choice that came around me, I was able to choose in the direction of the Van Damme body that I wanted, okay? So let's put it like that. In college, I had another goal. I was like, I want to be insanely popular. Don't know why. Don't judge me. But I was like, the only way I'm going to do this is I got to smile a lot. I got to open my mouth and meet a lot of people and talk. And then I have to attend, like, get-togethers, parties. Like, I have to just be there, okay? And then maybe I'll be, like, a popular guy. don't judge me. But that was basically my thought process. I still made decent grades, got a great job after college, don't get me wrong. But when I exited college, a lot of people outside of that saw me years later were like, man, dude, you were like the most popular dude in that entire college. And UT had 55,000 people at that time when I graduated. So they're like, you pretty much knew everybody, man. Everyone wanted to be you. It was pretty interesting. Like, that's pretty crazy that, you know, that you were able to achieve that. So I was able to achieve something that I thought about and I acted on, and I did all these crazy things. I attended parties. I was nice to people. I was cordial with people. I gave as much, you know, fun times as I could receive. I just had a blast. And I lived kind of like a Van Wilder kind of college life. I really did. So, Law of Attraction, didn't know what it was, but back then something happened, mysterious forces, blah, blah, blah. To this day, when I started hustling, right, 10 years ago, and I was like addicted, I was like, wow, that was some pretty easy money. I wonder if I can replicate that, right? Mysterious forces, I act, I get up, I go to a couple more Goodwills, I start going, where else besides a Goodwill can I find money? Where can I find bicycles? I started thinking naturally, pawn shops, garage sales, yard sales. Maybe I put an ad on Craigslist, and then it started happening, right? Mysteriously, I started finding more bikes. Then I started making more money. Then I started getting crazy proficient at working on bikes, where I didn't have to turn them into bike shops to get them worked on. I was saving money because I was working on them myself, and I was understanding bicycles left and right. And I always knew bicycles, but I was really into bicycles. I really understood it. I was making a killing on bicycles back in the day. So Law of Attraction is very interesting because I saw The Secret about 6 years ago. And at that point, I was like, wow, that kind of makes sense. You know, it really does. And today, right, Law of Attraction, mysterious forces, you know, college picker decides, hey, I've seen that guy on YouTube. He's a pretty cool guy. I'm going to go down to Austin, see if he'll mountain bike with me, right? I mountain bike with CP, build a good friendship with him. Through that, we comment to Rake and Profit left and right on YouTube. We realize he's a really driven guy, and he's got a lot of steam behind him on his channel. We were like, you know, we want to associate with this guy because he's like-minded like us. He wants to build a cool channel. He wants to share. He's not reluctant to give. He's always sharing. And he's taking where he can, but he's sharing so much that it's like, it's hard not to like the guy. You know, you have to like him because he's put in a lot of work. And then enter Young, who decides, hey, I've seen Bonafide's videos on YouTube. I want to see if he'll have lunch with me and thrift with me in Austin, Texas. And then he comes in Austin, Texas. I decide, you know what? I'm no better than anybody else in this world. I'll go check it out. You know, I'll hustle with anybody that says let's hustle. You know, Young, meet him. We have a dinner on we have a lunch on Congress Avenue. He tells me, hey, we can make a Facebook group and we can, like, you know, potentially help a lot of people and get rewarded for it. And so that's how it kind of started, and that's how the Green Room began, was because of a lot of people with like-minded, you know, The Secret, mysterious forces came together, and it just happened. And that's what it's all about. So my rant was a little long, but it kind of takes you from, you know, back in the day when I didn't know anything about Law of Attraction to present day when I was completely cognizant of it. I treat a lot of people with respect. I act like I'm above nobody, and I give as much as I can. You've seen my videos. And I'm sitting in a pretty good spot. You know, I got a good house in Austin, Texas. I got a good girlfriend. Got 3 dogs. Got my brother who lives next door to me. Family intact. Like, I think I'm okay. I don't need a mansion. I don't need a Bentley. I don't need a cruise in the Mediterranean. I don't need that right now. Like, I just need what I have right now. I feel good. Anytime someone asks me, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday? My first response is like, I pretty much have everything I want. I don't need anything. I don't need anything anymore. Like, I'm happy where I am. So Law of Attraction, I'm pretty sure it has worked out for me pretty well. So, yeah, Rick, and I see you going like this a whole bunch.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, man? What's going on through your head?
It's everything you're saying is pretty much resonating with, you know, what I've gone through. It's just amazing how you were talking about the Green Room, how it all came together, and it all happened because, you know, we all just put ourselves out there. You know, Young, he took the initiative to contact you to meet up. You know, I started making the first videos. You know, you started picking and doing bikes and putting up videos, and, you know, CP started doing his thing. It's crazy how the world works, and it all starts with a thought. Everything starts with a thought. Everything that's ever been created, every huge company, organization, anything that you've ever seen built, any monuments, anything, it all starts with a thought. So when you really think about that, you've got to really realize the power of your thoughts. When you're really negative and you're getting strong emotions towards negative things and you're not believing in yourself, I mean, those are real things. I mean, that's why they always say, like, even in religion, hope and faith and having belief, that's why it's such a powerful thing. And I'm not religious at all. I don't really follow religion, but I think that religion is really good for that one reason of faith and belief and everyone coming together and sharing love. It's such a strong, it's such a strong thing that can make such a powerful impact on your life.
Yeah, I really do, and it's to the pessimistic people that are out there, they're like, I don't think the law of attraction even exists. It's a bunch of hoopla, whatever. Just that thought itself, is interesting. If you break that thought down, it's like, wow, that's like, it's not cynicism, but it's a little pessimism. It's kind of like, why write something off? Listen to more things about it, indulge yourself in it, and see if you can make it happen for you. And if it doesn't happen for you, then maybe it is like not working. But for me, I can honestly say I don't see how it didn't work out for me. Young, I mean, the law of attraction. You don't have any negative friends, but you could have easily lived a completely different life if you had hung out with those other people, right?
Well, absolutely. And like I said, I mean, from again, from people that knock on us resellers, pickers, whatever you want to call yourself. From my experience, they're typically uneducated, and it goes back to me always saying you need to educate yourself. You need to surround yourself with like-minded people and just create opportunities. You can't make any excuses for yourself. Only you control what you do. You control your life. You can't rely on the others. Okay. If you're 18 and over, you're a grown man. You should, or a woman. You should make your own decisions. Don't go crying home to mom. You're an adult now. Create your own opportunity. Seriously.
Yeah, fortunately, we live in a very interesting country or world where anything can be created now. Like, you don't need a whole lot of capital, right? You can start a lot of anything amazing right in your own home, and then you can use the channels of Pinterest and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and all this other free stuff that's right there to market your brand for free. If you just understand, buy a couple books about how to mess with social media, you don't have to pay any marketing people. Like, people think like, oh, law of attraction, it really works for all these people and they're all millionaires because they hang out with millionaires. It's not true. I mean, the millionaires were never millionaires before. Like, they started out regular people, and or okay, the same case could be with somebody that's like, I wasn't able to find love because I was just thinking all these people were just not good for me and all this, but then they finally like drop down the walls and they go, okay, hold on, let me just see, maybe it's something internally that's something wrong with me. Let me fix that and get out there again and see if I can find the person that I love. And that's kind of how it works out. I mean, law of attraction can work for family, friends, love. Material things. It can work for money. It can work for a lot of things. I think it's a very important. If you don't know much about it, and at the very least, I hope this Hangout piques your interest and helps you get in that direction to do a little bit more research into it. I think at the very basis of the research, you should watch the film The Secret. It's not the greatest film in the whole wide world, and probably watching some of it. There's some goofy things in there. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's a visualization piece where the guy's like on his chair or his bed, and he's like, I want to drive a Ferrari, and he starts closing his eyes, putting his hands like this, and he starts making Ferrari noises. That part, I was like, all right, like, I get it, but like, this is like a little too far for me. But I got it though. So
let me ask you your take on something, Chris. Let's tie things together because a lot of people that are watching this video, they're maybe they're just getting started making money online with eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, or whatever they're doing, or maybe they want to start making more money, quit their job, or whatever. I mean, everyone has different goals. Let's tie things up. Let's say someone wants to get started reselling, they want to start making money. How do you bring in the law of attraction? What advice would you give them in terms of making money as a reseller and the law of attraction?
I would say, honestly, if you are a beginner and you're a reseller and you want to learn the law of attraction, you want to get to be a better reseller, and you want to eventually leave maybe a job, or you want to pay a house off, you want to make a car payment every single month, one of those things. I would say that at the very, very least, you got to understand that every moment changes, right? So every moment is a different moment. So if you're thinking like, I can't, I got too many bills to pay, I can't even justify like doing this right now. I can't. I think this is a great topic, but I can't justify it. That's a wrong mentality. Okay. You don't have to have money to do the law of attraction thing whatsoever. First of all, there's tons of free stuff on YouTube. There's tons of free Facebook groups that you can join to start learning how real resellers like start thinking, right? Their purchasing habits, the risk habits, the motivation, and this and that. From there, I would make sure, maybe like Raken says, write down some goals, like wake up early, okay, and write a couple things down that you can take care of during the day that are going to get you closer to the giant goal, okay? Don't just put the giant goal down, because if you wake up the next day and you see the giant goal, you're not going to know what to do. But if you wake up and you have the small tidbit goals that get you to the giant goals, you'll know what to do. So the very first thing at its inception is to wake up early, and every thought, every moment that passes is a moment, a choice that you can make that gets you to that goal, whether it be the food that you eat. Maybe you want to get more healthy and want to lose fat. Maybe it's make more money. Maybe it's become a better reseller. Whatever it is, every moment that passes, you're going to have choices throughout your day. Some people have hundreds of choices. Some people have 20 or 40 choices that get you to that last goal. And you got to understand, when the choices come your way, that's the time to choose correctly every single time, and not to take what's comfortable, which is not doing the jump, not making the choice, because that's the most comfortable part of it. Change is really uncomfortable, okay? Especially if it's new. Let's face it, right? It really is. But the more times in your life, and I live by this mantra, I've lived by this mantra since high school, the more times in your life that you can resist what's familiar and go after what's unknown, that's where life really occurs. I'll tell you right now, that's living right there. Because fear is a killer, man. Fear is a hustling killer. It's a love killer. It's everything killer. You can't fear anything, okay? And you have to go out there and you got to take chances, or at least make some decent decisions going to your big goal, okay? So that's what I would say. I would say look at all the free YouTube channels, look at all the free Facebook groups, and then when you get a chance and you're like, all right, I believe in the law of attraction, I really want to be around really, like-minded people that are giving out great information, consider joining our group. I ain't gonna lie, I think it's a great group. And the power of my own group wasn't even seen like back in February when I started it with Young and CP, but now in December when I even want to learn more about FBA, right? I'm the bona fide hustler. Like, I'm on YouTube and I hustle a lot of stuff, but I'm like, I want to learn more about FBA, and I'm just like, the group attracted me to that. Like, it prepared me for that, because I saw well until October, November, like people were like, this fourth quarter is going to be insane. Better get approved for toys and games. Like, it's going to be insane. Da, da, da. And I was like, okay, I'm seeing a lot of these posts. I can resist it, or I can go, okay, what does it take to get quality? What does it take? Like, what do I got to do? Because I was a pretty busy guy. And then I did it. I did all of that. I did every piece of it. And then now I'm like, I can't wait to get to big box stores. I can't wait to use my scanning app. I can't wait to play the numbers game, because it's so much fun. It really is. And it's a way to achieve an interesting kind of life. I'll put it like that, right? It's a life that not many people probably live. It's just a really interesting life that if you get really good at it, you're playing a stock market. You're playing a very controllable stock market. I ain't going to lie. So that's what I see so far. Young, you're laughing at me. What's up, man?
No, I said it's addicting too.
Oh, it's hella addicting, man. It's crazy.
That's something I would definitely say, like you touched on, though. Like, how I asked you the question, like, what advice would you give to somebody if they're just getting started as a reseller and tying in the law of attraction? My number one thing is get yourself surrounded with the right people. Yes, there's our paid subscription-based Facebook group, but there's also free Facebook groups. They're starting up your own YouTube channel. Some places, like in Connecticut, we have like a live meetup once in a while where FBA people get together or eBay people get together. So get yourself surrounded by like-minded people, because just thinking back in my own life, I mean, I started off just flipping bikes because I saw the Bonafide Hustlers videos. It's amazing. I remember watching his videos. I didn't even know the guy. I'm like, this guy's freaking awesome. I never knew that I'd eventually find him on Facebook and meet him. Eventually in Austin, Texas, and form a business group with him and be friends and all that stuff. I never, just watching that video attracted me to the bicycles. Then starting a YouTube channel attracted me to eBay, and then the YouTube channel attracted me to Amazon FBA and all this stuff. It's all attraction. It's amazing looking back. So get started, surround yourself with the right people, and you never know what's going to happen in this world. You never do, but you got to get started.
Yeah, and I would also echo on that. Like, if you're going to start, or if you should start it, no matter what you do, if you want something to change, you got to start. Don't get me wrong. But throw your enthusiasm at it, your fervor, your enjoyment for whatever it is into the video or into your blog post or into your conversation with friends at a bar. Throw that enthusiasm out there, right? Spread the attraction out there. Then maybe someone will be like, man, that's crazy that you do that. I got a house filled with goodies that I'm trying to look for someone to buy it all. Like, it's so weird how it works, but it works. So you got to do that kind of stuff. And
People are attracted to passion.
oh yeah, when you're passionate about anything in life, I mean, other people will get passionate too, and then those people might end up being your group, your partner, your next like formation of a team when you make a business. So you gotta be around like-minded people. And like Yang said, the second you come around people or hear about people or interact with people that are, not on your wavelength, you're taking a step back. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. You're taking a step back from what you want to become. Unless you want to become negative, or unless you want to become a troll, or you want to become a hater, whatever you call those people, they're out there. They're going to be out there, and the only reason why they do that is because they've attracted themselves in that mentality, and that mentality has snowballed into a ridiculous amount of just, I don't know. It's just like, it's negative energy. That's all. I was going to say hate, but that's such a strong word. But negative energy, I'd say, is such a buzzkill, man. It really is.
Do you think haters out there, do they feel good when they're hating on other people? Do you think deep down inside when they're hating on people, they're thinking afterwards like, man, I'm kind of being a jerk. Like, I don't feel good about it. Like, because when you're putting negative stuff out there, you can't feel good as a person.
Yeah, I honestly think that the people that act negative or attract negative vibes don't know any better. I just think that their thought process is stuck. So they can't even perceive the fact that they are being negative. They've trapped themselves in the negativity. Even like there's not even rational thought anymore. Like the negativity has overcome them, right? It's kind of like that. You ever seen the Neverending? You probably haven't seen this movie, but the Neverending Story. When I think there's a scene where Artax, the horse, gets stuck in this mud of some sort, but he gets stuck in this mud, and the only way out of the mud is to not fear, and you could walk right out. But the horse constantly starts thinking like, oh god, I'm sinking, and the scene ends with the horse getting completely engulfed in the mud. Like, it's called something in the movie, so someone out there in the YouTube feed is going to know. This swamp is called something, and the mud is called something in the movie. And it's really sad, but the scene was a very beautiful scene. If you take a look at present day and you look back at it, you're like, wow. Like, that really explains a lot of things if you take a look at it in real-world scenarios. If you're attracted to that kind of stuff, you're going to sink into it, right? Just like Artax the horse did in the movie. So, very interesting. There are great comments in here real quick. I don't want to ignore these. We have a little bit more time on the Hangout here, so we got to recognize the people that are thinking exactly like us on our wavelength. They're in the feed right now, Rick and Yang. These people are here, man. They came to hear this, but they're echoing a lot of the stuff that we're talking about. So, Yaya HYFR says, yeah, a mastermind group, So that's pretty cool. I mean, mastermind groups are, I mean, that's the only real, I mean, that's not the only, but that's a perfect example of how like-minded people get together, right? And a mastermind group's interesting because sometimes there's not even an agenda, right? There's just, let's get together and let's shoot the you-know-what, the S word, and things happen, right? Business things happen, right? Just out of nowhere. Some people are just drinking beers and they're like, all right, let's, I always thought about this as an idea. Maybe we can get this into a CAD drawing, and maybe we can send it off to China and get some prototypes. Like, that's how that kind of stuff works. I'm not even kidding. So, let's think here. Lori Rose, I have been begging my boyfriend for the green room for Christmas. Now that's cool. So keep begging your boyfriend for the green room. Don't even ask for any other gifts, because trust me, the green room. I think unlocking the green room for you is going to mean thousands of dollars in your pocket later. So it's a really interesting gift. Oh, here it is. Okay, so YYHYFR says, I love the Neverending Story. It's one of my favorite movies. Halloween props. Speaking of bikes, I was sure would like a guide that I could read to use and buy, so I could buy and flip bikes. It's pretty funny. Okay, I know I'm working on it, but honestly, I put it on the back burner until about the 15th or 17th of the month because I'm just sending in a lot of stuff through FBA.
Do we have an estimated day of when it's going to be coming?
I got the cover, man. So if you watch my most recent video, I flashed the cover for a second on there. So yeah, the cover's done. it's gonna have to go to the editor. The editor's probably gonna take about a week. So, this is the thing. It's the poison with my life is the fact that I like to make everything perfect, and the reality of the matter is it's pretty good. So I might actually let's launch it in a pretty good status. It doesn't have to be. If I wait for perfect, it might take a year, right? If I wait for pretty good, 90% good, it might come out in a month. So I'm probably gonna go for the month deal on that one.
Sweet.
Adidas Picker, guys, I really struggle with pessimism, but this hangout is encouraging me to change my outlook. That's pretty cool. Young, you want to see something about that one?
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I mean, anytime you have an opportunity to change your life, your lifestyle, man, go ahead and just do it, man. It's like the Nike commercial. Just do it. No, seriously, right? No excuses. Again, you know, don't don't let others let you down, and create an opportunity for yourself. Just get up and make that change. And I just wanted to go back and on what you guys were saying about the haters and the trolls. And it was brought to my attention that we have some haters. People say some stuff on the other YouTube channels and stuff, and obviously you guys, Chris and Steve, you guys experience it more because you guys do the YouTube thing, and I don't. I haven't really done much. But you know what? If people are going to waste their time and their breath talking about what we do, that just tells you about that individual, right? They're more concerned about what we do that they're going to waste their breath and time to talk about it. Think about that. Just think about that, right? By them doing that, they're doing us a favor by putting us on the map more. So you know what? If we have trolls and haters, and you guys are watching this, keep making your videos, man. Keep talking about it, because you're doing us a big favor.
That's right. It's there's a term for that. It's called empowering. Just so
We
you
on the map.
we all
Yeah, keep doing it, man. Keep doing it.
I got Mothership Products. He's in the green room right here. Green room is a damn fine group. That's what he said. Max Fra, green room totally got me into FBA. Dove straight in. Law of attraction. Haha. Lori Rose, I started broker than broke. Thank you guys for helping me learn. This is pretty cool. The valet picker. I list. Okay, hold on real quick. I list the most things on eBay while you guys are doing the green room hangout. It motivates me like you don't even know. That's pretty cool, man.
That's awesome.
Adidas Picker echoed in on that one and said, same here, bro. Yaya HYFR, love this topic. Lots of great comments coming through. If you guys want to comment red or whatever, or maybe something that happened to you, law of attraction style, post it in right now. I am going in this feed and I am looking. John Gums, attraction is made, not just happens. Well, that's a good one. Attraction is made, it just doesn't happen. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so lots of people are chatting about this show. The Valet Picker, you guys are killing tonight's show. Adidas Picker, good words, Young. Loving the hangout. Young rocks.
Yes.
Here's a funny one. Louis the Seller. Well, that explains the name of Bonafide's workout channel, Bod Damn, which means he had a man crush on Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oh God.
Hey, Chris.
Yo.
Now can you do the splits like Van Damme?
I can't, but my friend can. See, I wasn't attracted to, look, man, I wasn't attracted to the splits, bro. Like, I was attracted to, like, the physique. And then there's this one particular part that I was, like, kind of like, I don't think I'm going to do that part. But there was a part where he was like, yeah, and I work out my ass, like, 5 hours a day to get my butt looking the way it is. I'm like, I don't know about that. But because I would watch all these interviews on Van Damme. Like, I was just like, okay, if I'm going to try to become this guy, I gotta like immerse myself with this guy and like try to figure out how he does it. Does he actually, how many hours of martial arts does he do? How much lifting weights or punching sandbags or splitting on 2 chairs or, and then that part came along and it was like, oh, you work out your butt muscles for 5 hours a day. I was like, I don't have that time, but I'll get everything else though. So
you know who was really flexible, and I don't know if he is anymore, but Frank Shamrock. I remember he used to be able to like when we were in class, he would sit on the mat and he would put his leg over his head, and I'm like, how in the world, for someone that muscular, can he do that?
Because he attracted his ankle to the back of his head.
I was like, dude, he would do some amazing things with his body. I was just, to this day, I'm so stunned.
You want to hear something really funny?
I couldn't even do a sprint.
Oh God. All right, here's something really funny, because if you know about Van Damme movies, you're going to get this one. But
yeah, jeez.
I ate a lot on my first year in my first year of college. You know how the people say like you gain a freshman 15. You know what I'm saying? I gained like a freshman 30. I'm not even kidding, and I was humongous, man, like big as ever. When I returned after a semester back to like Houston to work at a job, you know, just for like the winter break or the summer break, I'm telling you, man, people were just like, this guy is like, and then I got this comment. I started getting this comment like a lot, and they're like, "Dude, you're like Bolo Young," and I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Wait a minute, he's like that villain guy on all the Van Damme movies. He's the big Asian guy who's like enormous, and he's like throwing barrels at Van Damme." And I'm like, "I'm not becoming Van Damme anymore." You know, I was like, "I'm becoming this villain dude who's like way overweight and like huge." Anyway, so that was kind of funny. But anyway, it just made me think about that. If you know about 80s movies, if you don't know who Bolo Young is, man, this guy was like.
Was that 80s or 90s? That was 90s.
No, he was like 80s and 90s because he was in Enter the Dragon.
No, 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 I'm talking about Bloodsport. That was 90s.
Yeah, it might have been 90s. I don't know. It came before Lionheart. It came before Sudden Impact or Sudden Death or whatever. Anyway, Nowhere to Run. It came before all that. I think it even came before. It was right around the time of Kickboxer, which was a great film too. So okay, so that shares my Van Damme knowledge. I stopped watching Van Damme after Time Cop. That was just like my last movie. I was like, he's not that good anymore. I was like, and then oh wait, Universal Soldier 2. I was like, I can't watch this. So I didn't watch him anymore.
How about a Cyborg?
Oh, Cyborg was great, bro. That's a great movie. That is a great movie. One of my favorite movies that he ever had was Lionheart. I don't know if anybody saw it. Lionheart was amazing. It's actually on Netflix.
I've probably seen all his movies, except I just can't remember some of the storylines.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
So here's something cool. Brian Baker, The Green Room is the best investment I have ever made. Why is my comment not being brought up? Canadian resellers. Hey, tell your comment right now. I'll stay on the line until your comment comes through. So David Wood, definitely been on many picker channels, and this by far is one of the most positive and creative ones. So this is great. That's cool. And if you're just looking at my channel, David Wood, it's not just my channel. It's me, Rake and Profit, Retro Aficionado. We form the Green Room, which is in Facebook land. It's not on YouTube land. So don't just be thinking that's my channel, right? I'm sharing with College Picker, Rake and Profit, Retro Aficionado, and if you have a YouTube channel that's picker-oriented and positive, definitely just tout it right now in the comment feed. I know Louis the Seller was in there, so I know his channel is up and running. Flippin' Profits is there, who's a very interesting channel. I'll put it like that, but a lot of flipping going on, but a lot of flipping out going on too, man. The guy goes crazy. So, and he has a comment saying, F the haters, so we all know what that word means, but that's good. That's a very concise way to say it, I guess. Pretty funny. Kimberly Bobco, I love today's topic. I will be having my teenagers watch this hangout tomorrow.
Oh, awesome.
Can you imagine Young being a teenager and just starting to crack into reselling? Or raking?
Well, because I was a teenager when I started.
Okay. Yeah, but you were in like the time frame, like, okay, first of all, when you were a teenager,
back then we didn't have
like baseball cards. Like now it's like,
VHSs were hot.
yeah, like now the internet has
opened
opened up just a world of opportunity for even a young person.
No, like I said, I mean, the resources are out there now. I mean, like I said, when I started, we didn't have the iPhones and stuff. And, you know, like Chris mentioned, I started selling comic books and sports cards. But now with the technology, I mean, we have an opportunity to just do so much research on the fly. I mean, if I'm in the store and I don't know something, man, I'll just pull out my phone and I'll just look it up, man.
Yeah, if you don't know it in your head, the phone is there for one reason. It's to tell you the chances of you converting your money, the time frame, and the amount of risk you're going to take, and the amount of profit you will make. That is it. It's telling you the chances of getting those three things done. It's nothing more than that. So if you don't have a smartphone and you're just blindly going out there buying stuff that you see us buying on YouTube, you got to be very careful, okay? Because there are a lot of things on our videos that we don't show you, like the behind the scenes of like the calculating and all that stuff in our head. You know, Rake and Profit's got guides out. I've got a flip that you know what guide out. Green Room's got all this stuff going on. But, you know, make sure you watch the videos very carefully. If you have questions for us, I know that Rake gets back to his peeps, and I certainly do too. You know, we want you guys to dive in there, but just understand risk is risk and money is money. So be very careful. We want you to attract the most amount of hustling, you know, I guess good vibes as possible, right? Without saying money. So we want hustling to be fun for you, but it could be very easy for hustling not to be fun if you're doing the wrong things. So don't just jump right in, but calculate your risks, get a phone, get an unlimited data plan. Be smart about that part. That's where you want to invest your money there. And I say join my room. I ain't gonna lie. Join my room, get your money into a really awesome data plan, get some decent transportation. I just don't know anything else that's the way to do it, right? I mean, decent
Get the law of
transportation.
attraction working for you.
Yeah, I mean that should make it work. I don't see how it couldn't. Max Fra, I used to flip sports cards at age 11 or 13 like Young, LOL. I started flipping shoes at 17 to 18, but it took me like 3 years to get good though. Pretty
Whoa.
interesting, right? Yeah.
You
And Max
know,
Fra,
I still have. I'm sorry, Chris. I was just
oh,
gonna say. What's funny is I still have a lot of those sports cards.
dang, that is pretty funny, man, because that market is done.
No, that market's done, and that's my I think the sports cards market is just flat out done. But I still have a lot of those sports cards. I mean, I see them. They're right across the room from me.
Cool. Canadian resellers said, here's this comment. I just wanted to know how many Canadians are in the green room and if I would be able to benefit being in there, being from Canada. I think the things that we discuss in the green room are universal, but we did have a Canada guy in there, we do,
Yeah, we have
and he's
couple
saying
of
that the
them.
shipping is kind of like he's envious of our shipping prices. I remember that, seeing
Mhm.
that part. Outside of that, there's a lot of principles going on in the green room, right? I mean, that's one of those things that you can't buy principle. I mean, yeah, you can kind of listen to them for free on YouTube, but to see them enacted every single day from very dedicated people that want to make money, that's a different story. I think the drive is something you cannot purchase anywhere else. The drive in the comment feed, I don't think you can get that anywhere else. I mean, that's the part you have to purchase. Is that comment feed is wild and it's a lot of fun and it's fun to engage. And we got very respectful people in there that are positive. They want you to make money, right? They're not hoarding things to themselves. It's really interesting. So, because we live in a world where people kind of take, but we managed to form a group where people give. So I love that part about it. And I didn't see that happening back in February when we started. I was just like, all right, I just want to build a really awesome group and share a bunch of stuff that we do to make other people money. But now we realize, wait a minute, there are a lot of people making money out there that don't even have YouTube channels that are in this group, and it's just phenomenal, the knowledge base that. What's cool about the Green Room, guys, is the fact that we've multiplied our eyes, me, Raken, Yang, CP, into like 214 members now. So they're like eyes everywhere on whatever bolo. There's always a bolo going on.
There's
Always.
serious hustlers in there. There really are. There are people in there that is like, wow, you guys are freaking smarter than smart.
Yeah, and there's some people that got smarter than smart within the time they were in the room, which is like spooky because they're like posting pictures that are out of control.
Yeah, I mean, look at Craig, right? I mean, we interviewed Craig about a month ago. I mean, and his story is just so inspiring. I mean, the guy only started FBA 8-9 months ago, and his numbers are just mind blowing. Oh my gosh, it's just.
I remember we used to get a ton of questions in there. We still do about clothing. That's one of the big things in there, clothing, FBA. I mean, that's a cool thing about the group. People are making money with a bunch of various types of items. But my point being is I remember a few months ago there'd be questions about how to ship a blazer, how to how much to pay for this, what to do for this and that in terms of clothing, and I'd be the one to always answer them. But now I look back and an hour's passed and there's 10 people already answering the question and they're straight on, they're right on in terms of the correct answer, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's definitely
awesome. And also, I just wanted to mention, I know some people are saying, well, you guys are charging $100, but here's the thing: you guys provide your guys in the group for free. Granted, I don't have any guys, but I've actually, and I'm not going to mention any names, but I've actually given back to many of the members. I've sent them products, gifts, scales, and I'm sure this is the first time you guys are hearing this. I mean, because this isn't something that I brag about, but I've sent people stuff to help them out with their business. I've sent members boxes of shipping tapes because they needed it. I sent a member a shipping scale because she needed it. Again, I'm sure this is the first time you guys are hearing this, but it's not something that I brag about. It's just I just do it because everyone in there is so positive. Everyone's giving back to the community, so that's just my way of giving back and saying thank you.
Yeah, and we also have another way that we give back as well outside of the get. Once you get into the group, I mean, you got to kind of act. Don't get me wrong. You can take for a little bit, but then you realize the contagious nature of the people sharing a lot of things, and you kind of want to fit in with that crowd. I ain't gonna lie, like it's one of those things that you see people coming in there and then they barely talk for a while, and then all of a sudden they just start talking, like they just start chatting away. Now they're forming groups within the green room on like Google Hangouts within the green room, right? So private Hangouts, forming their own stuff at various times of the day. So we have that going on as well. But what I was going to say is we have a member recognition program as well. So at the end of every month, we have the members vote on who they think gave the most value in that month, right? And so we've given out 2 of these so far. The first month, which was last month, or the month before that, we had Robert Burns the second, who was actually in the Hangout here, because he's just killing it with shoes, and he's sharing all of his shoe success on the green room. So very interesting posts that are just they explain everything that you need to look for, the timing, shipping, like all the great stuff. And he does a lot. I mean, if you thought you've seen shoe hauls, like this guy does shoe hauls. And then so he won the $25 in the month of October. And then the month of November just closed, and we had the $25 again. And Craig Morris won it, the guy that Young was talking about. And with his exceptional FBA posting and Bolo posting and all this stuff and his just overall positive attitude, $25 went back to him. And that's what we're going to have going on indefinitely. We're just going to keep that program going. It might even get higher. We don't know. But basically, we want to reward people for the amount of effort that they're putting into the room. And we want to reward people for being outgoing, giving a lot of positive energy in there and giving helpful information rather than complaining, helpful information that leads other people to make money. So we want to reward that person. So we have that going on. We don't ever talk about it, but like that is definitely in the room. If you're thinking like, well, I could spend $100, and we want you to think, well, yeah, you could also spend only $75 if you think about it. If you give a whole lot and you get voted by your peers to win the $25 every month. So it's pretty interesting. Kimmy T, we'll wrap up with this one comment from Kimmy T's Treasures. It's definitely easy to it's easy to hustle. Hold on, I think this is what she's referring to. It's easy to hustle, but you still have to do the work. Not everyone is cut out to do the adventure. It's true. Not everyone's cut out, right? You can give yourself a really good chance, though, if you do the right things. All right, so I think that is the last comment that we are going to read.
Wait, we have to do the item of the.
What? It's like 9/11, bro. Okay.
Wait. Because I want to show my item.
My item of the week is, dude. It's a bolo in the green room. They're all bolos this time. Like my item of the week is something I really can't share to the general public, man.
Well, I'll share mine. I'll share mine, Chris, and you'll be very proud of me, man. I found a brand new 2013 Trek Superfly mountain bike for $1,200.
A Superfly 29er. It's a Gary Fisher Superfly or a Trek Superfly? I thought Gary Fisher made that one.
Trek.
Oh, it is a Gary. I mean, it's basically a Trek. Wow. How much? 1,200?
Yeah.
Is it carbon or is it aluminum?
It's carbon.
No way. Seriously?
I'm gonna keep that one for myself, dude.
What size is it? Is it medium or large?
It's a medium.
Is it a hardtail? Is it a hardtail or is it a full suspension?
Full suspension.
Oh my God! Really, dude?
Yeah. No. The guy was saying that he had neck surgery last year, and he goes.
It was stolen.
No, I went to his house. I went to his house here in town. He lives like in a $2 million house. The guy is just fully loaded. But he goes, I had neck surgery. He goes, I put 60 miles on this bike. He goes, I haven't ridden it since. Not one scratch on it. I want to keep it for myself, though, man.
What's that worth? What's the value on it if you were to flip it?
It's gotta be like $3,000 or $4,000, right, Chris?
Say again?
It's got to be like $3,000 or $4,000 brand new, right?
It depends. If it's a 2014, it depends on the carbon. If it's 9.8 or 9.9.
2013.
Is it a 9.9 carbon or a 9.8?
I gotta check. I don't know.
Different grades of carbon with Trek, 9.9s and 9.8s. But literally, like that bike is probably worth right now minimum $2,500. Like minimum. Like that isn't SH. You know what T? Yeah.
You know what, I'll take some pictures and I'll show you guys. You guys are gonna be
great
like,
deal, man. That's a great deal if you got it for $1,200. That's great, man. I mean, dude. Let me think. I mean, I went on my ride along. I found tons of stuff from my antique booth. My find of the week happens to be just a bunch of shirts for like $3. Check out my latest video, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So,
I'll watch it.
yeah, that was a good find. Oh no, the windows. Never mind. Let's go back. Two window panes for my antique booth for $15 that are just stellar looking. Just gonna let them sit there. They're not even long tail. They'll probably sell within a week or two. They're in my booth right now. Each one, I was paid $7.50 for each one. They're in my booth for $90 a piece. There we go. Raking.
Yeah, mine was probably that suit haul. I mean, I got so many high-end suits. The one that really stuck out to me was a suit called Oxford Clothes by Neiman Marcus. And it was just a really high-end suit. I mean, who knows? The thing could go for $400 maybe.
Really? Dude.
Maybe. I got to do some more research. I could be wrong, but it's just highest of the highest end. It's hard to get anything higher end than that.
Wasn't there a suit that Kevin from the Thrifting Lounge sold recently? What was that one, Rakin?
That was a Briani. And I think he sold that for like over $1,000. It was used. It was custom made. It was ridiculous. I've never sold a suit that much.
Okay, how long do you think he sat on it? I mean, it really doesn't matter, but like.
I'm not sure. I saw it on his sold listings though. I saw it under his store. I'm not sure how long it was listed though.
Okay. Well, that was an amazing find. I mean, when I saw that post, I was like, this is crazy.
It was a $10,000 suit.
Yeah, that's crazy to think that even exists. I'm putting the green room link into the feed right now. Hopefully that's the right link. Let me make sure. That way, if you guys want to join or anyone out there wants to check it out, what's the deal? I think I'm putting it in right now. Hopefully that hyperlink's right to it. Let me just do a hyperlink. Make sure. Yeah, it goes right to it. Okay, so if you guys have been watching this and you like the law of attraction thing, you know, and you do want to join the green room, I made sure to put the link directly into the comment feed right now. But once this video becomes an actual video on my channel, we'll put the link on the actual description. I'll start wrapping it up, but honestly, I know hour and 15 minutes Tuesday night, really enjoyed talking about this subject. Too bad College Picker couldn't be here, but I'm sure he would have wonderful stuff to say about law of attraction because he lives a very interesting life where a lot of good things happen to him as well, like a lot of crazy good things. But yeah, it's really an honor to be able to speak on YouTube and have an audience of 80 plus people consistently over the night that just want to hear about what we have to say. So that's kind of a nice thing, and we really thank you guys for being here for an hour and 15 minutes. We know you could do a ton of other things, and the fact that you're here, spending time with us is just amazing. So we will see you next week for sure. I'll let Rakin close a little bit more.
Okay, I'm going to close off by saying this. One of the comments, the Bayou Breeze, the names of a shopping cart vary by region. The following names are regional specific names for shopping carts. He goes through the whole list. And this is just for you, Chris. I'm reading it off. Carriage or shopping cart, used by some in the New England region of the United States.
Oh, that doesn't justify the fact that you still live in the Victorian era and you want to ride the Titanic home.
No, but to wrap things up, thanks everybody for tuning in for an hour of your time. This was a topic that I'm really passionate about, and hopefully it was able to help you out to get moving in the right direction. But let us know in the comment section right now. Do you have any more topics that you want us to make a hangout about? Do you want us to talk more about motivation or goals or more stuff like law of attraction? Give us some ideas of what you're interested in, and so we can make some more videos like this. But thanks again. Yeah,
seems
thanks
to be a
again.
very popular topic. Young, go ahead. You got anything to say?
No, just thanks for watching. I will try and make some videos in the near future, I guess.
Are you gonna? Nice closing there, man. Are you gonna go FBAing after this or no?
No, man. I spent too much money, dude. I told you guys, man. I pretty much spent all my money. I spent 20 grand in the last 2 weeks. I have no more money.
Oh, that's good. I actually might go thrifting after this, but not thrifting, but FBA stuff. Anyway, so you know where to find us if you want to find us outside of the green room. If you want to ask us any more questions, you can find us on our Facebook channels. Rakin Profit has Facebook. Young definitely has Facebook. He's been more active on that a lot lately. So Retro Aficionado on Facebook, Rakin Profit on Facebook. You can find me, the Bonafide Hustler, on Facebook as well. We can be there for these one-off questions or whatever. It's kind of hard to get back to the feed sometimes, but if you actually just send us a direct message, we'll definitely see that. We'll try to help you out. With that, guys, thanks for joining us for this hour and 18 minutes. Thanks for listening to my crazy story about having a Van Damme body. And hopefully you learned a little bit more about why Rakin calls a carriage, and and a little bit more about how Young's going to maybe make some more videos this week. All right, guys.
Yeah.
We are out of here. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Keep on picking and making that money.